Today is the day. After exactly 10 weeks, and after lots of pain, lots of heartache, rest, rehab, steps forwards, steps backwards, and forwards again, it is time to finally run again. And I'm nervous. If you're new here, I'm gonna give you a recap and explain exactly what's happened up until this point. And I'm gonna challenge myself to do it in under 60 seconds. Let's do this. 4 weeks into training for roughly a 2:23 at the Chicago Marathon, I fell hard on a trail and whacked my knee. It was sore for a bit, but absolutely pain-free after about 2 weeks. And from there, I completed 6.5 weeks of my most legit marathon training to date. 100 to 120 miles a week, and I got really fit. 2.5 weeks out from the race, in the taper, same knee I fell on starts hurting for the first time in almost 2 months. I shut down, tried to calm it, that didn't work, got an MRI, was diagnosed with a fracture, and put on crutches to non-weight bear. Which was pretty scary. This would be the first injury taking me out for more than 2 weeks in over 11 years. 2 weeks later, got re-diagnosed by the sports doc, patellofemoral joint pain. Based on the scan, it would be 2 to 4 weeks till I'd be running again. Great news! The body unfortunately had its own ideas, and even cross-training for 20 minutes left me limping the next day. So I shut down and started an intensive rehab program. Turns out the inflammation in my knee and altered running biomechanics for a good few weeks after the fall had basically deleted most of my VMO, part of the quadriceps. 5 weeks of crushing the gym and a lot of physio, strength is now almost equal either side, the knee isn't symptomatic anymore, and it's time to see if I can handle running again. It's been exactly 10 weeks today since I did that hill session and couldn't finish the cool down because my knee just like blew up. And that's when I had to then rest, take anti-inflams, and was like the start of 2.5 months of hell.
When was the last time that you ran outside, do you think?
It would have been, I took like 3 days off after that, and then 15 minutes on the treadmill, and then I got 2 attempts at 20 minutes, so it's probably like 9.5 weeks. But even then it was like that 20-minute run where I got 10 minutes pain-free, and then it hurt, and then I think I got the MRI that day.
Yeah. Well then, what are you doing today then? What's the first run outside?
I've got a big 30 minutes on land. I am actually really excited.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how are you feeling about it? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Like, what's going through your head?
There is still a little bit of nervousness and fear, like at the back of my mind, and I think that'll probably be there for a while, but I'm really excited to get on the Middlewood Way, even though it's only for 30 minutes. And just run outside. It honestly feels like it's been about a year since I did that, and I really, really miss it.
And do you know what the training looks like from here? Like, what has Chris okayed you to do?
It's still like just kind of keying off how I respond to each week, to be honest. I'm seeing him every week, and each time that I kind of hit that appointment, it's kind of like a checkpoint, and if nothing has reacted really badly, the knee is still quiet, it's still responding really well to the rehab and the increased load, then I kind of get the recipe for the next few weeks. So I don't know, but I know what I'm not going to be doing quite yet, because it would be too big a jump, and he said, I'm not throwing you into running for an hour, you know? So I'll see him on Wednesday, which is in 6 days time, and hopefully we'll be looking at increasing the volume of like one of the runs in the week, and I have no idea how long from there it will be until we're kind of entertaining the idea of a workout, but I will be very excited about that when we get there. It's cool because at this point you get a lot of things to be excited about. Yes, there's the fear that something will go wrong, but every little milestone that you hit and like checkpoint that you tick off, it's like there's something new around the corner, which, you know, that's a positive of this. I'm fully not in this space, so I'm gonna have to just repark.
Phily?
Yes?
Do you even remember how to warm up?
Daniel, I'm a professional. Watch this. I don't think I'll be needing these. It's just a hunch, but I don't think I need them. 3, 2, 1. The last 10 weeks have been some of the toughest of my life mentally. It has been a real emotional roller coaster, and it feels like a lifetime ago that I was running every day, sometimes twice a day, training for my next marathon. Feels weird, really weird, and I feel slow. Not knowing what was going on with my knee was incredibly hard. Then being told it was a serious injury and a fracture was scary. And I just about got my head around being out for 12 weeks when I found out it was something else entirely and I'd be back in 2 to 4 weeks. I think I pinned a lot on that timeline, and when that clear return date started to fade away, I kind of crumbled and hit some of the lowest mental health I've had in a really long time.
Feels like I'm doing a tempo, that I'm running at my usual easy pace. It's quite hard. I'm doing it though.
I've always been someone who's grateful to run, to call this my job and to do what I love every day. But having it taken away for an unknown length of time made me realize just how much I rely on it. Running regulates my ADHD. It lifts my mood, and even when it's tiring, it's still time that's just for me. My easy runs are where I decompress. My workouts are protected parts of my week, and working towards the next goal has always been my North Star. Understanding all of that has really helped me accept that I'm gonna feel a little bit off during this recovery, but accepting it doesn't make being in it any easier. But slowly, I'm getting back to what I love. The early stages of this injury were far from straightforward, and I'm still not out of the woods, but I am running. Today feels like a real milestone, because it's the first run I've been allowed to do outside. Up until this point, the last 2 weeks have been baby steps on the treadmill. 10 minutes, rest day, 10 minutes, rest day, then 20, then 30, and now 30 minutes outside. If you'd asked me at any point over the last 10 weeks what I wanted most in the world, I would have said to run pain-free. But I didn't enjoy a single second of that first 10-minute run on the treadmill. I was scared the entire time. Scared the pain would come back, scared it would hurt afterwards, scared we were starting too early, scared I'd be back at square one. And that's why I didn't tell anyone I was running at first. Because if I told you the good news, I knew I'd also have to tell you if it didn't work out. I also felt wildly out of shape. Not just unfit, but like I'd never run a step in my life. People warned me it would feel strange and unbalanced, but nothing compares to experiencing it yourself. Running usually feels like walking to me. Natural, second nature, but this was hard. Yes, I'd been crushing my rehab in the gym and getting stronger, but I was unfit. My body unconditioned, muscle memory faded, movement patterns rusty, and my mind was paranoid. Thankfully, this part improved pretty quickly. I'm still unfit, but running doesn't feel alien anymore. There's still that little fear that my knee will pull the plug, but so far, so good.
Oh, how I've missed this squishy path and getting muddy and having my ass handed to me by the midway way in the winter. I love it.
Getting through 20 minutes pain-free on day 5 felt significant. It wasn't something I'd been able to do since before this injury, so moving past that point now feels pretty huge. And while I'm impatient and would love to be doing more, this cautious progression is unavoidable. I can't skip steps, so I'm trying to celebrate the small little wins. Running outside again feels exciting, and I think that nervousness I still have is gonna stick around for a little while, but it feels genuinely freeing to be off the treadmill. Unfortunately, comparing the effort level for this 30-minute run to what it usually feels like for a chill 30-minute double is a bit of a reminder for how far I still have to go, but the cool thing is, with every run, with every tiny increase, I'm edging closer to where I know my potential is. Closer to a training week with workouts and a long run. The rhythm I've known and loved for so long. I have a team around me who have helped me get here. They know who they are, and I am so grateful for them. And to those of you who have been here since the Chicago block or even earlier, thank you for sticking around as well. I really appreciate it.
How was that?
It was hard.
Yeah.
You know what? You've got to start somewhere, and so sometimes your easy pace is going to feel like a tempo when you've been off for 10 weeks, and that is okay. I'm starting somewhere and I'm making steps forwards. It might have been grim and hard and wet and cold, but it's bloody good to be back. Love the grind.
Yes, I know what I got is one in a million.